And after a hard day's work, there's nothing I like better than a room temperature bucket of wonderful Beppe soda. That feeling of the digestive enzymes rejuvenating my skin is wonderful to the extreme.
The funny thing is, after I opened him up, all I found was blood and organs. There was no treasure at all.
Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is foggy outside. It wasn't foggy earlier. I am rather surprised that it's foggy. So, thumbs up for that. It is my heart just changed rhythm. At least I hope it was just that. It is a brand new day, and things are happening, I hope. I did very, very little yesterday, but I survived, and that's a good thing too. We all need to survive as best we can. Definitely a thumbs up. But it was almost too warm. Oh boy, it's time to take off my second fleecy and only have one fleecy blanket and one sheet, because it was almost too warm, and that's with 2 fans going in my room to keep me cooled off, and my legs from the knees down uncovered to keep me cool. Boy, vey. Still though, hey, front-loading a video time. Thumbs up for that. If you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. And you could leave me a comment, definitely a thumbs up on that. I love them. I read every one. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, these beautiful and awesome people that are literally beautiful and awesome indeed. Without the help of these people, I would be hosed like a Christmas monkey. I cannot remember how long I should keep my hands in the air, so hopefully I didn't do it for too long or too short. Carpal tunnel, it hurts. But thank you each and every one of these people. And of course, front loading over. Yay! Yesterday, I did not get much done at all. It started off, a pretty good day. I did my vlogging, I did a bunch of stuff, I watched some videos, I played some games, and then it got closer to noon and I started to think of, I want to do something for my channel. Not so much because there's any sort of demand for my content online. There is not. But I don't do this because other people are demanding I do it. I do this because it's keeping me alive up here, and that's important. If it hadn't been for vlogging, I wouldn't be at the stage that I'm at. Even though I am an introvert, I need to talk. I need to get my stuff out, and I don't have anyone to talk to. So just being able to talk and communicate this way online and then speak with people in comments and such, it keeps me going. It is a pillar, not a filler, a pillar of my mental health. So this is why I do these things, which includes things like playing various games. But my housemates are up and they are very organic this morning. But I wish to do some sort of recording. And then I proceeded to have vast issues staying awake. From like 12 o'clock to, it felt like 3 or 4 o'clock, I was awake, I was asleep. I was awake, I was asleep. And because of all this, I had no cognition from 12 o'clock onward. I had brain fog massively, could barely think. So by the time I could actually start being intelligent, it was closer to 5 or 6 o'clock. And then, of course, getting ready to go and do things, but I also needed to take a shower first, so I went and took a shower, all trimmed up with my hair and beard, yay. And then went out for walkies on top of that. So didn't get much done up here, didn't get much done in the rest of the world. That's okay though. Not every day is going to be productive. And that's alright. Definitely a thumbs up for that. But I did some thinking, I did some watching of videos, and I've been thinking as best I can about stuff. I keep saying the word thinking a lot. My sincere apologies, have to scratch my forehead. One of the things that's minor league, this is minor. I don't even think I should bring it up now, but it's just one of the things that keeps happening. I talk about how I've got sinus problems, and I do. But I also have like lung issues because of my allergies, and I'm always wheezing and I find it difficult to breathe. I should be more careful. I do have asthma, I haven't needed an emergency inhaler since like 2003 or 2004, largely because I haven't been able to afford them. So I do have that, so it's not always just the allergies or whatever that's setting off wheezing like an accordion in my lungs. I mean, I'm quite sure that, thankfully it's mild, but I'm quite sure that sometimes when I'm wheezing, it's because, and finding it difficult to breathe and all that, it's because the asthma is kicking in and not just because of the allergy. So thumbs up for that. But past that, that's really all that's happened. I've just tried to play games as best I could and just been doing such. There was one game I was playing. It seemed pretty good. I played the prequel to this some years back. It was like Mars Warlogs. And yeah, it was an interesting action RPG back when I had, undiagnosed ADHD. Played it, never went back to it. It was kind of fun. I ended up a couple years back buying the sequel to that called Technomancer. And I was trying to play that, and it plays okay. It's kind of fun, it's kind of good, but I uninstalled it last night because I was playing it, and then there was one of these huge, okay, you're 20 minutes into it, here's a boss fight things. And it was a gigantic bug, and during the cutscene, of course, your character just stands there as this thing, reveals itself and comes down, and then it roars in your face. Why is my character just standing there? Why is my character an idiot in the cutscenes like this? If anybody saw a multi-ton, fast-moving, dangerous-looking crustacean coming at them, and all you are wearing is a jacket, I don't think anyone's just going to be standing there like, bring it on. And so I did a little bit of the boss fight and then just quit out of it, uninstalled it, because it was goofy and janky in an acceptable way up until that point, and then just, no. So thumbs up on that. I don't know if I have my door open. No, but my housemates are as stated awake, and my hearing is good enough that I can hear them being very organic right now. So hopefully you cannot. But even if you do, those organic sounds are my housemates. One thing that of course I am always thinking about is my setting and my Razor's Edge project, and one of the things that I did want to talk about for the rest of the time here is things like the Kaiju again. Because I am fascinated by both the character and the process that it has come, because when I first started off, when I just thought of the name Apple Rock for the name of the town, it was like, well, why are they calling it that? No, there's a big rock that looks like an apple. And it's gone from just the name of a rock that looks like an apple to what is effectively a chained and malevolent god that is suspended like a fat, bloated spider over all of creation on the Razor's Edge now. And that's kind of amazing, that transformation that it's taken. Because yes, the Kaiju is a cosmic horror. Truly a cosmic horror. And the thing is, everybody on the Razor's Edge and on the inside that knows of it, because of all everybody thinks they understand it. Nobody understands it. Remember, this is a creature that lived in a universe where there was just infinite potential and possibility, where everybody was their own distinct individual and they were everyone else. You lived in one specific spot and you were everywhere in this universe. You were everything, you were yourself, everything was happening simultaneously, there was no time, and then everything burned to ash, leaving only the Kaiju in its damaged, broken, and smashed form that it's in now. I do like, as I've stated before, to make soliloquies for my characters, things that they will say that They wouldn't say in story, or if they would, to some other person that I would need to cut apart and make it sound more natural, instead of them just soliloquizing, I don't even know if that's a word, making a soliloquy on a stage, which is essentially what they're doing. I have done that with the Kaiju. Now again, the Kaiju is a cosmic horror. I mean, you cannot understand this thing. It was and is, in the context of the story, basically, as stated, a god without being a god. It was just a very powerful being that, being the only one in this entire universe through its omega trillions of trillinia, it is the only thing that has ever been able to survive that. And yeah, if any creature can live through the entirety of this universe's existence, it is the Apple Rock Kaiju. It is unknowable. As big and thick as the inside is, as I have stated, out here reality's flat. It is just, 1 mile of area has 1 mile of area. On the inside, each square kilometer is like 10,000 kilometers of stuff wadded into it. There is so much more there, because of all the various layers of reality that you can have. That is 10,000 times more true on the razor's edge, where it is so much more chaotic. There are so many layers that is nearly infinite with all this energy, and it is effectively 1 million square kilometers wadded up into each square meter. There's just so much there. And to the Kaiju, this so much there is, relative to it, just as flat and easy to comprehend as our reality is for us. It sees and comprehends the entirety of all existence when it stares across all the layers of Apple Rock, the razor's edge. That was bad. My brain was failing really, really hard right there. It can see all that just as flat as our existence is out here. It is unknowable. It is unknowable. But even with that, there are some parts about the Kaiju that are intensely human. Like, I'm not able to remember this fully, but the soliloquy would be something like, I survived the burning of my entire universe. I survived the burning of so much of myself away. I have been crammed down into this tiny existence. It hurts. It is painful. I am crushed and beaten. These things that surround me are nothing more than pitiful insects that I must use to fill my belly. Reality itself reached down and slapped me, trying to trying to push me into death, and I fought back. It slapped down and crushed me again when it built this mockery of a universe around me, but I survived. It tried to slap me into death by forcing me to feed upon all these around me. It tried to slap me into death, and I bit back hard. I sank my teeth into its hand, and I locked my jaws. It has been trying to shake me off for over 1 trillion years, and I will not let go. I am not ready to die. It would never say this to us. It holds humanity in sheer contempt and hatred. It loathes our very existences. It despises the fact that it has to live by devouring us. It hates that it is dependent upon us for its very survival. It would never make a soliloquy to us because it would never have that much respect. But that is the way it feels, that all too human, I am not going to die. I am not going to let go. You want me to go? No. It is a fat, malevolent, chained god that is trapped, and it is not going to die anytime soon. It has survived. It is surviving. It will survive. Of all its unknowable thoughts and actions and such, this is the most human part of it that we will ever be able to understand. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It's not much, but anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you all. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I can't, well, in American Sign Language, Confused Owl 29, D&D can be fun. There are 1.5 million role-playing games out there, and you don't have to understand the mechanics. As long as you're having fun, you're doing it right. And it's always good to see you in the comments. Nando Rice Trudy, always good to see you as well. Zach Campbell, I wish I had been in the proper mindset yesterday to have been able to play. I wanted to, but my brain was broken badly yesterday. So today, D100 on the way. And good to see you in the comments. And Ben B, thumbs up. There are, as stated, 1 million types of role-playing games. From horror to science fiction to just action, adventure, and spies. I just happen to like fantasy. Not any place I'd like to live. I like indoor plumbing, and refrigeration, and, vaccines and such. But it's fun to play around with. Jesse Koskinen, good to see you in the comments, and oh god, that door. Floramew, good to see you as well, and Hokey Smokes. Yeah, I have RPG Maker, XP, and VX Ace, but I've never done anything with them, so if you can do something with yours, very awesome. Wesker the Baker, thumbs up, and thank you very, very much. And that is it. 7 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. It is greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short time. Thumbs up. And of course, with my hands in the air, don't know what device you're watching this on, don't know where the show more is, but inside I have links to all my various channels, as well as my Twitter, my Facebook, my Patreon. And again, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are literally beautiful and literally awesome. I mean, truly, you would be able to see the goodness shining through them were you able to see them in pictures. But without these people, I and my pets would be in bad shape. So thank you very much, each and every one of you. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link. And if you'd like to help me out without spending any money, I have an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food on it. So if you could check that out, that'd be very cool. Now, of course, don't feel obligated. I don't feel entitled, and if you can't or you don't donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that'd be very cool. Well, son of a gun, I've got some things that I want to do. I've got a D100 dungeon that I need to finish bashing my way through. Gonna start right there, re-roll for a new door. It's amazing how this new dungeon I went to was exactly the same as the last one, except it's going to have a better door. So there's things that I'm going to do, as well as play other video games and watch videos and then go on walkies. The fog has largely burned off that I was telling you about earlier. So son of a gun. Hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done, and that'd be cool as well. But of course, positive nihilism, don't worry about it. The things we do, the things that we make as people are not important. Things are not important. What is important is how we treat each other and the connections that we make with each other. That is what matters in life. And with the covfefe bug raging, you know the precautions you need to take. Please don't get it. Please don't pass it on. Be smart. Do what you have to not do any bad things to yourself or others. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I do think that is a very good idea.